In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the electronic coolant temp sensor. That's an ECT in a 4.9 Ford F-150. Disconnect the negative battery, and this is a 5/16 wrench or an 8mm. You can use a socket. Make sure you put it aside. There's no chance of it coming back up and touching. So I'm going to take the radiator cap off, set that aside. Now we're going to drain the radiator, and the drain is on the driver's side, bottom part of the radiator. I use a pair of pliers sometimes because I'm just not strong enough to turn the connector here. Just turn counterclockwise. There we go, I started it. And just turn it so you see the coolant start to come out. There it is. So the ECT, electronic coolant temp sensor, is located right here in the front. Thermostat housing, upper radiator hose, thermostat housing, you have a coolant tube coming out, and it screws in right there. Ours happens to be broken, as you can see. So I'm going to connect the new one just to show you how to disconnect it. So you push it down. Now sometimes there's a tab that goes straight over. You're going to just push down right there and pull. And that's how you disconnect it. So now that we have done that, let's set that aside. This is going to be a 3/4 or 19mm socket. So take your socket, place it over. And just back it right out. Now we're going to take the new ECT sensor and line it up. Make sure it starts slowly with your hand. You don't want to cross thread anything. And you can see it's going down. And that orange stuff is a thread lock, and it comes like that from the factory. It's perfect. Now I'm going to take my 19 or 3/4 inch socket, and I'm just going to snug it because I'm going to torque it to the factory spec. Once I start feeling it slow down, drag, right here. So like I said, 10 to 15 foot-pounds. So now that your ECT sensor is all torqued in, we're ready to reconnect the electrical harness. Note that mine is broken. The exterior clip is broken, but it will still work because it's going to use this little pin to lock in on that. So just line it up. There you go. And push it down until it clicks. So now that I just got my coolant funnel hooked up, I'm going to add my coolant, and I'm going to pour that in. Now this is a concentrate, that's why it looks so colorful, but this radiator here probably takes close to 2.5 gallons. So I'm going to pull this whole gallon in halfway, and then I'm going to go fill this concentrate with water, and then I'll add water again. So now that the coolant is doing its thing over there, I'm going to hook up my negative cable. Make sure you get that all the way down, flush to the battery, just like that. Perfect. And this is a 5/16 wrench or 8mm. You want to make sure that it's tight and that you can't spin the terminal. So now that I have all my coolant filled up, I'm going to run this truck for about 40 minutes, make sure it reaches full temperature, make sure there's heat coming out of the ducts, everything's good, gauge is perfect, and there's no more air bubbles coming out. Then I'm going to shut it down, let it cool down a little bit, take this system off, and I'm going to put the cap on, and you'll be good to go. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.